If you're watching this video, chances are you want to be a personal trainer or you heard of it. And if you want to be a personal trainer, it's not worth it if you're in it to be financially stable. And here's why. My name is Chosen Elevates. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get right into the video. So basically, this is my experience. We all have like different experiences, and this is just my opinion at the end of the day. Whether you want to take it, yes or no, it's up to you. Personal training. First, let me tell you my journey to be a personal trainer so you understand. So there's various certifications, right? I got the NASM CPT because I heard it was popular, whatever, and I did the course. Obviously, I passed certification because I was a personal trainer. I took a little break. I might go back to personal training. However, the reason why I took a break, I won't disclose it in this video. What I want to say is I paid over about 1K to become a personal trainer, which includes the course, includes the actual exam, and includes the nutrition aspect. There was a nutrition certification I need to do it. I haven't done it. If you buy the NASM CPT, they have like bundles, offers where you can get that. I don't think it's worth it. I shouldn't have got the nutrition. And I was in debt for a while. And the crazy part is once I got it, I didn't get a job right away because you have to understand. First, you have to have the physique. Right? I didn't have the physique. When I first got in, when I first was trying to get a job, I didn't have the physique. Plus, with my baby face, it didn't help. I'm not giving no excuses. However, if I worked on myself, my body, and became like stronger, I was always healthy, but that wasn't enough as a personal trainer. But when it came to knowledge, the NASM CPT or certifications, they do a good job, obviously, teaching you the basics. You have to know this, how to program, and it's debatable, whatever. But it doesn't really teach you form. That's something that you have to learn. Like, I had to do interviews with these individuals. They told me take to do a workout, right? And I had to program something, and I didn't even know how to do it. I had to look up, research how to do it, and then it caught me by surprise. I think my first interview, I had to put them through a workout, and I put it, like, I tried to my best of my ability, but I didn't know how to look at someone and be like, okay, your form is this, or the minor things. There were things I didn't know to look for, and that really messed me up at a certain point because I'm like, wow, I don't know what is wrong, or I kind of know it's wrong, but I don't know what to say. For example, now I know now because of the experience, and I spoke to other personal trainers, is this person was doing a lift wrong, and I was trying to correct that person, but every time I said something, it's like the person I was interviewing, they didn't understand. I'm like, okay, oh well. And then that was my mistake. I'm like, oh, this person doesn't understand, and I didn't know. I'm like, oh, but it's just an interview, the person understands. And then that was a red flag, and I did like 2 interviews, and I didn't get the job. So I just, learned. But what I'm saying is, through all of that process, I couldn't get a job, and I got in debt. And the jobs I was interviewing you all, let me tell you how much you make. For each hour, you make $12 an hour. And that was sad. $12 an hour working for a gym. And when I heard that, I was devastated because I'm like, how is $12 going to help me pay off my debt, my 1K debt? And that was when I'm like, did I make the right decision? And then I got better. Then I started looking videos, how to work out, what to look for. But at the end of the day, after I heard it, I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to do personal training. I need something stable. I can find a job that pays more than 12, and that's only if the client shows up. So if the client doesn't show up, you don't get paid. So if you were a personal trainer in that job specifically, they give you the clients. But if you were a personal trainer, what would happen is you would have a client, you would get paid. If they don't show up, you don't get paid. So let's say you show up, they're not there, you're just have to find something to do. Maybe you work out, maybe you go home, maybe you, and I didn't like that, obviously. And then there was this job that I got as a personal trainer, and they paid more. You get like $40 an hour depending on how much you sell. And with this job, the funny part is I interviewed for the job. Like I said, me looking young, and I didn't have no physique at the time, and I was trying to get the job, and he said I wasn't ready. I'm like, well, I'm not ready. He said, I'm not confident. You know, like, you know how I carry myself, and I wasn't. So he gave me like a 30-day free trial, and then I started talking to people, blah, 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 and I got confident. I still didn't get a job, and that showed that, you know, I really had to work on my physique. But let's get to the point, so you already understand what I'm trying to say is, for this job, right, the job that I got, so in order to make money, you have to get all your clients. Maybe they'll give you 1 or 2 clients or whatever, but you have to get all your clients yourself. So that was hard because you get $0 finding clients, right? Which is understandable. And then once you sell them, you get nothing. Or the gym gets everything. The only time that you get paid is when the client shows up. So let's say the client paid, I don't know, like a deal of $800 a month, for example, right? For X, Y, and Z sessions. And it is that, oh, I'm not showing up. The gym gets the money, but you don't get the money. And then when the person shows up, you get money, but it's depending on how much you sold them for. So let's say you sold them for maybe $150. You'll probably get maybe $150 for an hour, probably get 60-ish or some type of money. I'm not 100% sure on the top of my head, but you'll get something. But they show up, but that's only 1 client. So if you only have 1 client, you only get that much money for the week. So it takes time. So it's not something that you can go in thinking you're gonna make so much money. And at the end of the day, personal training, working in the gym, you're always capped. No matter how hard you work, no matter how many hours you're there, maybe the manager, the people like, wow, I love your work ethic. It's so amazing. But that just, you know, validation as people, it does feel good. But you're like, wow, I'm never gonna hit that high. Like for me personally, I need at least like a good 150, 200,000, like really money to be very stable as a man. So I'm like, oh, so working under someone, I will never. So if you do like a business, like an online business, personal training, yes. So yes, it will be worth it. If you make your own business, you're not working under a gym. Maybe you're renting, like you're asking, oh, can I pay this much money so I can use a gym to train some clients? That's perfectly fine. But personal training is only worth it if you're ready to be your own boss. You're ready to make your own business. Because once you have your own business, obviously you have other stuff that you have to worry about and making sure you do X, Y, Z, all these papers, taxes, and all of that. But you're your own boss, so you get most of the money. You literally get most of the money. So that's when you will be like, wow, this was worth it. Because doing this personal training, working on the gym, that debt I had, I would have never been able to pay it off. And I wasn't able to pay it off with a little help from someone, which is why I was able to pay it off. But by myself, I wouldn't have been able to pay it off. So basically, that's it, y'all. I kind of just wanted to say that. But at the end of the day, if it's your passion, you don't care if you're making $10, 11 hours, 12 hours, then go for it. But for me personally, with the economic, like everything is with, you know, everything going on, everything is going up, money and, you know, to buy cars, to buy houses. Like I personally like to be able to eat out and, you know, to have, not to worry about, oh, okay, I need to eat or I need to be on a budget. If I can't do this or I can't go to the doctor, I can't do this. I don't want that. I want to be able to comfortably go get food, to go on a trip, right? I'm not a person that would just want to go out every day, but I like to feel comfortable, not rich necessarily, right? Rich will help, but being wealthy to that point, because I want financial freedom. I don't want to be stuck in a job. Let's say the job was to fire me, and then I don't want to be, I don't have a job. Oh my goodness. I don't have a job. I don't have a job. I don't have a job. What do I do? What do I do? No, I want to be like, oh, I don't have a job. Cool. I'm already making money. I can find that job. I'm already making 6 figures. I'm good. That's how I want to be. So personal training is cool for the moment. I'm not going to lie. Like my gym, like, wow, there's so many people. I became so social. I become very confident. So it really helps in that aspect, especially if you're socially awkward, you're nervous like me. And yeah, it's amazing and it's good. If money was an issue, I'd be like, yes, personal training. But money for me is an issue. But I will still maybe continue it. Because personal training is amazing. I actually enjoy it. It's kind of fun actually training people. But just don't do it for the money, because you're not going to make unless you have your own clients and you have your own business. Then you start making money. Online is the way to go in 2025.